For 20 years I tried to understand women. Why do they sometimes act illogically? Why can they think about 5 different things at once? Why do they take everything personally? Then I read neurology research. And I was shocked. The female brain really is a different machine. But this discovery wasn't accidental. The experiences I had over all these years led me to this research. In high school, I told my girlfriend Ashley, "You look beautiful today." Instead of the thank you I expected, I got, "So I normally look ugly?" I was confused. Why was a compliment perceived this way? In college, when I argued with my girlfriend Jennifer, I focused on solving the problem. She would say, "You don't listen to me, you don't try to understand." I was producing solutions, she wanted to be understood. I couldn't make sense of it. In my work life, my female manager Susan behaved completely differently from my male colleagues in meetings. She approached the same problem from different angles, got caught up in details, considered emotional factors. I thought this was inefficiency. When I got married, my wife Michelle and I had our first big fight because of this. On the evening of a stressful day, she started telling me about her problems. I immediately started offering solutions. She said, "You just want solutions, you don't listen to me." I was offering solutions, she wanted to be heard. These experiences drove me crazy. I thought, why are women so complicated? Until I read the brain research that came out of Stanford University in 2019. The finding in Dr. Luen Brizendine's book, The Female Brain, shook me. The female brain doesn't just work differently from the male brain, it works like a completely different system. Then I read dozens of studies from Harvard, MIT, Oxford. MRI scans, hormone analyses, neurological tests. Every piece of data confirmed the same truth. The female brain and male brain are really different machines. And this difference isn't just biological. This difference affects all their behaviors, communication style, problem-solving approach, emotional reactions. That day I realized I had been trying to understand women with my own brain structure for 20 years. This was like trying to understand a Mac with a Windows computer. From that moment on, everything changed. I started seeing women not as a different species, but as a different operating system. And this approach completely changed my life. My relationship with my wife improved, I got along better with female colleagues at work, I became able to understand my daughters better. Now I'm sharing these 7 secret truths with you. Because these are things every man should know but none are taught. After learning this information, you too will look at women differently. And you'll understand that they're not illogical, they just use different logic. While sharing this in-depth brain research with you, I want to say something very important. This video doesn't establish superiority-inferiority between men and women. On the contrary, it reveals scientific facts that will help us understand each other better. If this content adds value to you, please leave a like on the video. This not only supports me, but also helps this critical information reach more men. When sharing your own experiences in the comments, please be respectful. You can ask constructive questions like, did I observe these differences too? What situations did I experience? Because your observations are very valuable for other men. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss this kind of scientific psychology and neurology content. Because this is just the beginning. Deeper secrets of the human brain are coming. Now, if you're ready to learn the 7 surprising facts about the female brain and how they work in daily life, let's begin. The first truth, the female brain is a natural multitasking master. This isn't just a stereotype, it's scientific fact. MRI research conducted at UCLA showed, the female brain can process an average of 7 different topics simultaneously. The male brain can only focus on 2 to 3 topics. Why? In the female brain, the corpus callosum, the bridge connecting the 2 brain hemispheres, is 23% thicker than in the male brain. This enables faster information exchange between the 2 brain hemispheres. What does this mean in practice? A woman can cook, talk to her child, watch TV, think about tomorrow's meeting, and analyze how you're feeling all at the same time. You, on the other hand, when your wife says something to you while you're watching football, you say, "Wait, let me finish the game then we'll talk." This isn't your incompetence, it's your brain structure. Dr. Susan Whitfield Gabrielli's research from MIT, women can switch tasks 73% faster than men. This ability is a great advantage but also a great burden. Because the female brain never rests, it's constantly active. That's why women can sometimes seem confused. Actually, they're trying to process too much information simultaneously. The second truth, the female brain is an emotional supercomputer. Dr. Jill Goldstein's research from Harvard Medical School is shocking. The female brain's emotional processing capacity is 40% higher than the male brain. In the female brain, the amygdala, which is the emotional center, is 20% more active than in the male brain. This allows them to notice emotional details much better. Example, when your wife comes home and you just say, "Hello," she's analyzing changes in your voice tone, fine details in your facial expression, changes in your body language, differences in your energy level, lack of sparkle in your eyes. Even though you just said, "Hello," she's analyzing your mood, how your day went, whether you're stressed, what you feel toward her. That's why women sometimes seem to have ESP. They say, "You're sad, what happened?" They know even though you haven't said anything. Professor Simon Baron-Cohen's finding from Cambridge University, women can read facial expressions 85% more accurately than men. This superpower is also a burden. Because they're under constant emotional bombardment. The third truth, the female brain has a detail-focused vision system. Evolutionarily, women had to track details in their environment. Is the child healthy? Is the food fresh? Is there danger? That's why the modern female brain still works the same way. Dr. Michael Maniaci's research from Northwestern University, women notice details in their environment 3.2 times more than men. What does this mean in practice? When you come home, you don't notice anything. The woman notices the glass on the table being moved, the curtains being slightly open, the flowers needing water, dishes piling up, the pillow on the couch being crooked. While you say, "Nothing has changed in the house," she sees 15 different changes. This ability is a great advantage. Women are very successful in home management, childcare, organization. But it's also a source of stress. Because they constantly see things that need to be fixed. That's why when a woman tells you, "Put that glass back in its place," this isn't her obsession, it's the natural result of her brain structure. The fourth truth, the female brain is a social connection center. In the female brain, oxytocin, bonding hormone, receptors are 40% more than in the male brain. This makes them more dependent on social connections. Dr. Antonio Damasio's finding from Stanford University, women experience 67% more stress from social isolation than men. What does this mean? A man can spend time alone, even prefers it. A woman constantly needs social connection. If you sit at home alone on Saturday and don't talk to anyone, it's fine. A woman feels the need to talk to someone after 2 hours. That's why women constantly text, have long phone conversations with friends, are active on social media, say, "We need to talk." This isn't their weakness, it's what their brain structure requires. Also, women talk to create bonds, not to solve problems. If you offer solutions, she says, "You don't listen to me." The fifth truth, the female brain has memory superpowers. Especially when it comes to remembering emotional events, women are incredible. Dr. Cahill's research from University of California, women remember emotional memories 42% more detailed than men. Why does this happen? In the female brain, the hippocampus, memory center, is more active. Also, more adrenaline is released during emotional events, which strengthens memory. In practice, this means, while you don't remember where you fought 3 years ago, she remembers which restaurant you sat in, what she wore, even the waiter's name. While you say, let's forget the past, she remembers every detail. This superpower is also a curse. Because painful memories are also remembered very clearly. That's why women sometimes bring up old accounts. You've forgotten, she remembers everything. The sixth truth, the female brain is an empathy machine. In the female brain, the mirror neuron system is 30% more developed than in the male brain. Dr. Jutta Frith's finding from Cambridge University, women's capacity to feel others' emotions is 85% higher than men's. What does this mean? A woman doesn't just see that you're sad, she feels your sadness. Your pain becomes her pain. That's why women cry while watching movies, care about other people's problems, do charity work, are more compassionate toward children and animals. This is great power but also great burden. Because they constantly carry others' emotions. While you say, this isn't our problem, she feels others' pain. The seventh truth, the female brain is connected to a hormone roller coaster. There are dozens of hormones affecting the female brain: estrogen, progesterone, oxytocin, serotonin. These hormones change daily, weekly, monthly. Dr. Luann Brisendine's finding in The Female Brain book, the female brain experiences an average of 8 hormone changes per day. What does this mean? A woman's mood, energy, thinking style can change during the day. This isn't her indecisiveness, it's biological reality. The male brain is more stable. Your testosterone level is high in the morning, low in the evening. That's it. In the female brain, there's a complex hormone dance. That's why a woman can be energetic in the morning, emotional in the afternoon, calm in the evening. This isn't their inconsistency, it's a natural cycle. A man who understands this information doesn't accuse women of being changeable. He accepts the hormone cycle. So how do these 7 facts work in daily life? In communication. When telling a woman about a problem, don't offer solutions first. Listen first, show empathy. Then offer solutions if she asks. In fights, women remember details. They can bring up past events. This isn't malice, it's memory structure. In housework, women see details. She sees things you don't see. This isn't obsession, it's brain structure. In social life, women constantly want social connection. This isn't weakness, it's need. In emotional moments, when women empathize, they feel others' emotions. This isn't oversensitivity, it's natural ability. You can communicate better with women by using this information. So where do these differences come from? During millions of years of evolution, men and women took on different roles. Men hunted, fought, protected. This required single focus, physical strength, spatial intelligence. Women cared for children, gathered, managed social bonds. This required multitasking, empathy, detail tracking. These roles shaped the differences in the brain. In the modern age, roles changed but brain structure remained the same. That's why a woman can be a CEO but still see details. A man can be a nurse but still have single focus. Modern life challenges these differences. Women are expected to behave like men, be competitive, don't be emotional, work with single focus. Men are expected to behave like women, show empathy, multitask, pay attention to details. This mismatch increases stress. Solution: accept differences and complement each other. You lead in areas where you're strong: problem solving, focusing, logical analysis. Trust her in areas where she's strong: detail tracking, empathy, social connections. This isn't competition, it's cooperation. How do you apply this knowledge in your relationship? Your communication style. When a woman wants to talk, listen first. Don't seek solutions, show empathy. Problem solving. When a woman shares a problem, ask, "How does this make you feel?" instead of, "What are we going to do?" Detail attention. When a woman talks about details, don't belittle. She really sees, you don't. Social need. When a woman wants to spend time with friends, don't prevent it. This is her need. Emotional cycle. When there's a change in a woman's mood, be patient. This is temporary hormone effect. Memory capacity. When a woman remembers past events, don't get defensive. Her memory is really strong. Empathy need. When a woman cares about others' problems, don't say, "It's not our business." Her empathizing is normal. Don't misinterpret this information. Wrong, women are weak. Right, women have different strengths. Wrong, women are illogical. Right, women use different logic. Wrong, women are complicated. Right, women think multidimensionally. Wrong, women are changeable. Right, women have hormone cycles. These differences don't create superiority-inferiority. They just create different superior aspects. This field is constantly developing. New research shows neuroplasticity, the brain can change. Differences between male and female brains can decrease. Environmental factors, upbringing affects brain development. Individual differences, every woman and man is unique. General rules aren't always valid. Hormone therapy, modern medicine can change hormone balance. So don't use this information like rigid stereotypes. Use it as a general guide. What will these differences be like in the future? Technology effect, the digital age is changing brain development. Education change, children are being raised more equally. Work-life evolution, male and female roles are mixing. Medical developments, hormone treatments are becoming widespread. These changes can reduce brain differences. But basic biology doesn't change immediately. This information will be valid for a long time. If you've watched this video this far, now you know how the female brain works. 7 basic differences. Multitasking master. Emotional supercomputer. Detail-focused vision. Social connection center. Memory superpower. Empathy machine. Hormone roller coaster. You can communicate better with women by using this information. Remember, these differences don't create competition, they create complementarity. You lead in areas where you're strong, trust her in areas where she's strong. This way both you and she will be happier. If this video added value to you, don't forget to hit the like button. Write in the comments which difference you observed most. And don't neglect to subscribe to the channel for this kind of scientific content. See you in the next video. Stay informed and understanding.